All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. They'll pitch it out to Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, the big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Detroit! Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Running, it's Drake. Brings it just past the 15. Able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, it's Drake. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the first.
So the goal is at least a first down here, right? Pick up a first down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped with field position and you've helped out your defense.
And avoided a 3-and-out on their opening drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. That's complete to John Ross. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And down he'll go at the 25. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 2nd down, it's Bell. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He'll drop to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Able to fight through one tackle. Buying time to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. To throw is Richardson on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The pitch out to Drake. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here's Richardson off the play fake. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Raekwon McMillan able to drop him for a loss of 4.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Dolphins have got it.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Richardson, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Forced out to his left. Flushed out right. It's caught. Stills, right side. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw. Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because it should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Richardson now looking to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Richardson, off play action. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. A big play there for the Dolphins. 55 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right back to Drake. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to throw. Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's third down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards at a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught. What about the 5? That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. Then a short run there for the touchdown. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that cuts this lead down to 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. To throw is Richardson. Throwing on first down. It's complete to Parker, left side. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Flex round. Ohio.
Here's Richardson off the play fake. Room here to run. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give them a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
Flex round! Flex round!
Richardson, off play action. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. In for the score. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Everson Griffin with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup. And nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. And that's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.